Absolutely intercultural.
Fullständigt tvärkulturell.
Absolut interkulturális.
Absolutamente intercultural.
Absolutely
intercultural.
What I'm going to do next is I'm going to start a collection which I'm calling Practica, which is to say, I'm going to go through the resources that I have and provide what I would say mini interventions for various purposes that can be used. We did that a while back we created a book on cultural competence, which had 50 major exercises, simulations, and activities for training. But I want to get into the little bits and pieces that, for example, I read this thing about my watching the rocks or lying on my back watching the clouds. Mm-hmm. There should be an experience where people just freely accept how their mind creates interpretation and feel good about that, and then be able to integrate different perspectives on that. It's developing the flexibility. I haven't written that up yet, but that would be one Practica about how you do this and how you use metaphors. And we've been through the storytelling is really big right now. My intern today wrote an brilliant article on storytelling, which probably will get posted on our blog and in the next few days. And she looks at how I'm saying the story. A picture. Well, it goes to the picture thing. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a story is alive.
Yeah,
that's a theme. So.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful. Yeah.
So at any rate, I want to get to the Practica. What is the stuff that I know and have done? Stimulate similar sharing on the part of other folks who happen to pick it up and look at it.
That sounds really interesting, actually, and it resonates with what's going on in other sectors. For example, just workplace training, because there's a big turn against intensive training days and more about what they call, I can't remember what they call them now, but they're job support, that's it. They're calling it job support, which mirrors a little bit what you're saying about these short, sharp interventions that have a point and they're delivered at the right time so that they have maximum impact and so on. So this is definitely resonating in other sectors as well. So it sounds really interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, somebody sent me a notice today that some company was getting like $17,000 for several 4-hour sessions inside of NASA. Was it NASA? One of the space administrations. And, what I've had to reconcile myself with, I'm with the generation or time, but I can remember, in the middle 1990s, almost all the workshops I did were a week long. Okay.
Yeah.
And we as trainers would talk about the Tuesday night. And if the workshop started on Sunday, Wednesday morning, they would come back having realized that their lives need to change. Well, there's no more Wednesday mornings, okay? And they would spend the rest of the week practicing new behaviors, whether it was negotiation or influence skills or whatever we were training at the time. Back then, I also knew 18 months in advance exactly where I'd be working. Now, I'm not sure what I'll be doing next week. I'm waiting for the phone to ring or email to come in. So the nature of training, the duration that you're allowed, the ways of making impact on people's lives have obviously changed. And I need to get over my bias that I really need to have my hands on these people for a week to really make something work,
No.
How can I use the incisiveness of the iconic turn and the story turn and all these kinds of things to put together things that may nudge people this way or that into the place that is more satisfactory or more productive or more effective in their social experience. So
The truth is probably that you need a mix. You need those intensive weeks,
Exactly.
and you need those high impact short
Yeah.
practicas, as you call them. So you definitely need a mix. You need needs to be layered. It's not either or. But yeah,
Today,
that's the ideal.
you got to pay for it yourself. Companies
Yeah.
sponsor all these kind of things, and they somehow figure now it's too expensive to have people off the job and do all this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to be honest, back in those days, at the end of the week, people were saying, I'm working for the wrong company. So the company is paid for them to discover what they're really good at. And then that's not my workplace, and that was one of the liabilities that occurred, although generally it was very reinforcing.
Absolutely intercultural.
Full Stanley twerkulturell.
Abszolút interkulturális.
Absolutamente intercultural.
Absolutely
Intercultural.